Ask the Mayor. We've got Austin Mayor Steve Adler in live this morning. I'm so excited you're here to hang out with us. Thanks for coming in this morning. Let's talk about coronavirus. This is becoming a scary thing. We've got the first fatality in the United States. How's the city getting involved?
Well, you know, it's a concern. Obviously, the health of everybody in our community is paramount, and this is a virus now which is appearing all over the world.
Right.
We have our experts, our public health officials, watching it, monitoring it daily. Our Emergency Operations Command is gearing up for daily briefings on this. We're bringing in experts from the hospitals systems in our city and other doctors on an advisory panel for our public health officer. We're going to continue to monitor it. We're in touch with cities across the country. We're looking at best practices in cities across the world. So it's something that is real top of mind. And at this point, you know, I just urge everybody, wash your hands.
Right.
The recommendation in today's world is to do some fist bumps or elbow bumps, and then we just need to do that kind of thing.
Right. You can't tell me that enough. I wash my hands so much they're red. That's probably its own health concern. But let's change gears here a little bit. The Land Development Code. This has been a long process, an important process, sometimes a contentious process. Where are we? Are we nearing the end? Is this the home stretch?
We're almost done.
Okay.
We've had, what, a 6-7 year process now and almost $10 million spent. It is about time we finish this work. We have a code right now that's 30 years old. It's making development too expensive, take too long. We're not developing in the right places. We're losing people with dislocations. We have localized flooding issues. We need another code that'll address those. I know it's contentious, but I think that most people in this city are excited that we have a code that is more green, that's going to do a better job of flooding. It's going to increase substantially the supply of housing in the city, but most importantly, housing that's affordable. It's an important step. It's not going to solve affordability by itself, but we will not solve affordability unless this is a piece of that. So we're going to move forward with it, and probably the last week in March, first week in April, we should pass this on third reading. Doesn't end there. You know, we'll do small area planning in neighborhoods and around the city for years to come, but this is an incredibly important next step.
Okay. And this week, I35, some big plans were announced about I35. How does that fit into the bigger picture, the Project Connect?
Real exciting. You know, the two big challenges in this city are affordability and mobility. On the mobility side, I35, I mean, to get the state to pony up $8 billion to be able to transform that highway, to add 2 more lanes in each direction, to do it pretty much within the right-of-way that currently exists. My hope is that someday we can do on those 4 lanes what we're doing on North Mopac, where it is tolled in a way that we can put buses and transit on it that will always be going 45 miles an hour, because that's ultimately what we need in the city. They're going to bury it and take down the upper decks. We could cap it someday, like they've done in Dallas, maybe make it into a park area on top of the road. It's an exciting prospect for the city. And when you look at changing I-35 at the same time we do Project Connect, probably be an election in November to do public mass transit. Boy, I tell you, if we get those 2 projects underway, public mass transit in this city, some dedicated pathway, maybe some urban rail, and then fix I-35. The next generation of mobility in this city will be something that we will have addressed, and it's about time.
There you go. Well, we've got a few seconds left. Earlier in the newscast, we played the story about the coalition that's calling themselves Save Austin Now. They're a group that wants to put it on the ballot, taking the homeless ordinances back to the way they were before City Council made changes to them last summer. What's your take on that group?
You know, homelessness is a challenge in this city. We know that cities that hide it, that pretend it doesn't exist, that keeps people experiencing homelessness in their woods, are the cities where they have the greatest problems because the challenge accelerates. We could change our ordinances and send people back to the woods, but hiding the problem instead of housing people hiding is not the answer. The challenge will just get worse. What we have right now is we now have people that are getting inoculated and vaccinated that we couldn't reach before. We have people on lists to get in housing that were not accessing that before. And that's the way that we actually solve this challenge. We have people, women especially, that describe their lives as one where they're being assaulted daily in these woods down by the river, and now they're out in public view and they're safer. I just can't send them back to the woods. Now it's incumbent upon us to actually house these people now. And the city is supposed to be stepping forward with a plan to tell us how we get to 1,000 permanent supportive housing units and 2,000 rapid rehousing units. That's the right direction for this city to take. If we go back to the old ordinances and we just don't see people experiencing homelessness, if we just hide it, we haven't solved it, and it's just going to get worse.
Mayor, thank you so much for coming in this morning.
Invite me back.
Yeah, I'm going to try to have you in kind of once a month like this. We'll sit on this big yellow couch.
That'd be great.
I was thinking, should we come up with something different than ask the mayor for the weekend show? You got any ideas? Chilling with the mayor?
I'll show up and you can call it whatever you like.
Okay. Well, I'm workshopping it. If you've got any ideas,
Sounds good.
text me. Thank you, Mayor, for coming in.